Okay, look at me being early. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm just gonna wait a few minutes to see if anyone shows up. What the heck? Why am I looking? Okay, there it is. Good morning, good morning, good morning, people. Today I decided to take some questions and give you my thoughts. Um, Basically, just answer questions based on my own experience. Because as you all know, I do not have any professional degree. I'm just a parent. Um, but I am a parenting coach for autism. Well, let me introduce myself for anyone who doesn't know, okay, since I have the time. My name is Chibuzobiose. I'm a parenting coach for autism. And my main focus is really parents who live in Africa, African parents, people who live in underdeveloped countries, just because they do not have the kind of help that we have here, right? So that's my main focus. That's my journey really, because in my journey with autism, learning about my son and all of that, I learned that there are so many children that do not have the privilege that we have here, right? They don't. They're in countries where people think that autism is a taboo and all of that. So that's why I started this whole thing about coaching parents and sharing my therapy tips and all of that. Because in some of these countries they don't even have therapy to begin with. And then in some other countries they have therapy, but it's really expensive, right? And for us here in California, it's basically free, right? so so why not share what I'm learning with these parents. So I'm waiting to see if anyone comes in to ask any questions, and then I'm here to answer. I'm here to answer questions basically. I'm putting on my glasses because I want to look like I'm super intelligent this morning. these are not these are not reading glasses. They're just glasses for Blu-ray or whatever that thing is called. Protects my eyes from my phone and the laptop and all of that. Okay, so in the meantime, while I wait, in the meantime, oh, I want to see if this is even. Someone said every time I go live, I should check if it's working properly on Facebook. So let me do that. Because the last time it was blurry. So let me see how this is. Okay, it looks like it's fine. It looks like it's fine today, at least. So we'll see. Looks like it's not blurry today. So that's good. Because I called StreamYard. I'm like, what happened? Why is my video blurry? And then we did some troubleshooting and all of that, but it was nothing wrong with my computer or anything like that. So we're just praying that the next time it wouldn't be. So it looks fine right now. So if I see someone is online, please share with your friends. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. I'll read it and I will answer. In the meantime, while I don't have any questions from you guys, let me think about something that I want to talk about while I'm waiting. So, yeah, I want to talk about the reason why I do what I do, right? So, my name is Chibuzo. I'm a parenting coach for autism. The main reason why I do what I do is because there are so many countries, especially underdeveloped countries, where they do not have the kind of help that we have over here in California, in America, I should say. I think all of America has help for autism. But I know in California we do. It's very important to the California state that children with special needs are taken care of. So I'm very, very blessed to be here. So in my journey, once I learned that Williams had autism, and of course I went through the whole being sad, crying every night, going on the internet, trying to figure out how to help him and all of that. I went through all of that. And just because of the kind of person I am, my personality, I like to share things that is happening to me. So I would share with family and friends, like, this is what they said about Williams. I don't know what to do. This is what I'm reading about it. Have you heard anything like this before? Because before then I had never heard about autism, right? So it was new to me. So but in doing that, I learned that people did not really like talking about autism. It was like a taboo. Like they would tell me things like, don't say it, like don't keep saying he has autism, because you know then it will come to pass or something like that. I'm like, but it's already here. Like, he has autism. My not saying it is not going to take it away. And then people say things like, pray about it, there's nothing God cannot do, blah blah blah. And yes, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer, there's nothing God cannot do, but I also know that God creates us in different shapes and forms and sizes and all of that. And some people will be born blind, some people will be born handicapped, and some people will be born with autism. Okay, so that's just who God is. I'm not going to start praying for God to remove that from my son. That's how God chose him to be, and that's how he will be. I'm just going to pray for wisdom to know how to help him navigate this life through his autism. Okay, so because I found out, because of all the pushback I was getting from people, it was like, okay, all right. And especially people in Africa or Nigeria, where I'm from. Like, it was such a taboo. And the thing is, I began to feel so sorry for the kids back home. Because, like, if your parents are not accepting who you are and they want to pray it away, then you can only imagine what kind of relationship they have with that child, what kind of treatment that child is getting from those parents, right? My AC just went off. I didn't even realize it was loud until now. Okay, so you can only imagine what kind of treatment they're getting from those parents. There's light in these glasses. Hold on. Maybe I should take them off. Okay, so for me, it was like, these children need help. Okay, they need help. But after, and I went through the phase of being very upset with the parents. I'm being very upset with their ignorance and all of that. But after a while, I came to the realization that these parents also need help. Because just like me, they were just learning about autism for the first time themselves. And the difference between me and them is that I was in a country where there were so many resources, and there were so many avenues to get help. Like, the help was just there for the taking, right? But these people don't have that. So I was advantaged, right? So I had to come to that place where I'm like, okay, these parents, they need help just as much as the kids need help. And that's why I started to talk about autism and share my therapy tips and share videos and all of that. And it even gladdens my heart when people who are here in America, they tell me, oh, your video helped me so much. I'm like, really? But you have therapy just like me. So I think I have, aside the therapy tips that I learned from his therapists when they are here, I think I have a natural flair for just knowing how to handle children in general. I think, if I may say so myself, I think that's just who I am. So I'm blessed to be like that. Um, so you guys don't want to hear some horror stories. Like, I have a friend who told me that she had that her friend, she's always thought her friend had 3 children, meanwhile her friend had 4 children, because one of her children was autistic, but nobody knew. So it was as bad as the friend would go out with only 3 children. The friend would take pictures with only 3 children. So when you go through her phone, it would be her and 3 children. But she had 4 children, but the fourth child was always in the house, and he never joined in any activities and all of that. They were so ashamed to take him out with them. And they didn't want to deal with, the stares and the tantrums from the child and all of that. And I don't know if this, guys, I'm doing this live. I don't know. I think your voice is loud.
No, it isn't.
Close my door. Thank you. Thanks, Mama.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so stories like that just break my heart, because now the parents is doing what is convenient for them. Okay, I'll leave that child at home. I don't want their tantrums. I don't want the stares from other people, which is understandable. Yes, you don't want all of that. But then what about the child? What about this child who you leave at home, you go out with your other siblings, and you don't ever take pictures with them, you don't ever take them anywhere? Do you think that child doesn't have feelings? Even if they're nonverbal, okay, they have feelings. Trust me, they know what is going on. Okay, so stories like that, there are so many stories like that, or people who take their children to church and leave them in church for the pastors to pray for them over and over. Some people leave their children in church for a week, 2 weeks, a month, for their pastors to pray the autism out of the children. So things like that. I mean, you can't hear stories like that and not want to help. Okay, so that's why I'm really doing what I'm doing. So hopefully it's getting to the right people. Hopefully it's bringing awareness. Hopefully it's teaching people that autism is not the end of the world, and there's light at the end of the tunnel, and there are so many resources that they can use to have a better life for themselves and their children. Okay, so it's nobody's asking me any questions. Okay, oh, I don't know what else to do. I didn't plan for anything today because I was like, you guys ask me a question and I'll pick one question and I'll answer the question extensively and hopefully help a parent today. But no one is asking me anything, which is kind of good. So you all know what to do with your autistic children and everything is fine and dandy. So that's good. If no one wants to ask me anything, I guess I can just say goodbye. And I see 3 people. I don't know, are they asking me and I'm not seeing it? I really don't know. Usually I would see it there on my
Seeing
thingy.
it, I
Wait, hold
really
on.
don't know.
No. Usually I would see it. I don't think you guys are asking me. Okay, so anyone who's online, can you leave a comment and say I don't have any questions? Let me know that you're there but you don't have any questions, so I stop thinking maybe you're asking me something and I'm not seeing the question. Oh, Collins Wabiose. How do you deal with disciplinary actions for your autistic child? I think it would depend on what the child did, right? Because like for every child, not every action requires the same amount of discipline, right? It depends on what the action is. But like, for autistic children, especially, it's super important that you have spent time with your child and you know what they like and what they do not like in terms of rewards, right? And so, in terms of rewards and in terms of discipline, so every child is different. Like for Williams, some of the things that I used to discipline him is to say, you're going to give me push ups, because I know he hates push ups, right? You're going to give me push ups. You're going to give me 30 push ups. If I say 10 push ups, he can do that easily. But if I say 30 push ups, now, okay, he has to think about his actions because he does not want to give me 30 push ups, right? Or things like, I'm taking away your iPad. That's important to Williams because he loves his iPad. So again, it just depends on the child, right? But if we're speaking generally, it's very, very important for your child to understand what discipline is before you even try to discipline your child. Because for some autistic children, they don't even know what discipline is. They don't know why they're getting that punishment. So the number one thing is, when your child who has autism does something that is wrong, you want to tell them there and there that it is wrong. And you want to, if you feel like, give discipline at that time, or maybe give second chances if that's like the first time they're doing it, or if you feel like they don't understand it yet, right? Because the last thing you want to do is, when a child does something, child with autism especially, you say, you know what, when we get home, you're going to be in so much trouble. Or remember what you did yesterday, this is why I'm punishing you for it, or this is why I'm disciplining you for it. That child probably does not understand what you're saying, because what happened yesterday is such a long time ago, they cannot put it together. Okay, so for children, of course, over time they will learn to do that. Now Williams can, I can say, oh, that thing you did in school yesterday, that's why you're not getting your iPad today. He will understand. But in the beginning, no, he would not understand. Like, you have to, it's something that you have to um give you have to discipline that bad behavior immediately. So I don't know who I'm speaking to now, but some parents have to hear this. If you think that your child understands discipline, but your child doesn't really understand when you tell them to do simple tasks, then it's possible that your child doesn't even understand discipline if you make it happen a while after the bad behavior happened. So you have to, it's something you have to do immediately. And then over time, you will learn what discipline works for your child, because different kids have different things that they like. Some kids, give them a timeout, like Williams, give him a timeout and he's fine. Like he's going to be in his room and he's going to entertain himself. Okay. So timeouts will not work for Williams. So everybody has to know what works for their child, um, in that sense. Collins, I hope I answered your question. If you have specifics like, oh, my child did blah blah blah, how do I discipline my child, maybe I can go more in depth into that, but still it would be a case by case thing. Thank you for your question, Collins. If anyone else has a question, please let me know. Okay, Collins, thank you. Collins is my brother, by the way. So maybe one day I'll have a live and there'll be people in here that I do not even know. So if you watch this after it's ended, please leave me a message and say #replay. Let me know if this blessed you in any way. I'm going to leave now. I'm going to go to church. I don't have a lot of people asking me questions. Maybe I'll do this another time when I have when more people know about my lives. But if you watch this after the live is ended, go ahead, let me know if I blessed you, if there's something new that you learned, or if there's anything you want me to talk about in my next live. Okay, you guys go ahead and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Somebody told me that I never tell people to subscribe, so please subscribe. Please subscribe on YouTube. Please follow us on Facebook. What we're doing is really, really important. I promise you, it's really, really important. It helps the kids, it helps the parents. Like I said, especially people in underdeveloped countries, it really, really helps them. So if you subscribe and if you follow and if you share it, it will help to reach as many people as possible. Thank you for coming on. You guys have a wonderful Sunday and be blessed, and bye.